Hey guys, today we are going to talk to our mechanic Odie, and we're going to learn a little bit about the solar panel. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over to Odie and help get us started. Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. So here's kind of the basis of the products that we're going to carry in store for things that we could upgrade you for if you guys are trying to do a lot of boondock camping. By boondocking, I mean not plugging into shore power and you're trying to keep your 12-volt systems active during the day. So we have several basic solar panel hookups here. So I'll just kind of pick one of them out at random here. So this bottom one here, you can see on the box, it's good for a 12-volt charging system. It basically just comes in a little bag that carries it and you set it out in the sun, right? If you look on the side, it tells you what it comes with. It comes with the solar panel, the charge controller, battery clamps, so you could hook it, directly to your batteries if you want to. A ZAMP converter, does not have the carrying case, and it doesn't have a Furrion converter. Now, having a Furrion converter is a very good thing to think of getting, because almost 90% of the campers on the market that are stubbed for this nowadays have a Furrion hookup in it. So these are extra little things you can get to make your life easier. You could still go direct to the batteries if you wanted to, but this way you could plug direct into the side of the camper that's already stubbed for it. Right, so now every solar panel needs a charge converter, a charge controller on it, because otherwise it could overcharge and damage the batteries. This box actually comes with it, but for ones that don't, we actually sell those as well. So it's very basic to use. You still just hook everything up, but for ones that don't come with it, this just comes and it's plug and play. It plugs right into everything and you're good to go. We do have, larger ones around the back. This is a 165 watt solar panel. So as you can see, 165 watts, you could run a laptop on that for 160 hours. You can run a computer for 150, plenty of things that you can run for a decent amount of time. Now, if you're gonna be converting solar power into 12 volt and you want to run something that doesn't have a 12 volt hookup, you're going to have to get an inverter then to run that process. So we do have those as well. So what inverters do is they take 12 volt power and they turn it into 110 power. So this is a fairly large one. This is a true sine wave inverter. This would be stuff for like decent electronics, like high-end TVs, things like that. You want a true sine wave inverter for that, otherwise it can kind of mess with your reception a bit. This is a fairly large one. This one could run pretty much a whole camper off of this. You could run, TVs, you could run a couple of outlets, things of that nature. So if you're going to do anything that only runs on 110 power and you're trying to do that off of your solar panels, you will need an inverter to pull that off. Not everything in a camper runs on 12 volt.
Okay.
So, and you're never going to be able to run, like your air conditioners and stuff off of that. It just draws too much power.
Okay. So solar panel does not run AC.
Not with this one. You'd have to do a lot more finagling.
Got it.
You would need a lot of these.
Okay.
For that kind of juice. And all these other ones are just bigger options of that little guy that we had down there. 120 watts. This would probably be the best value, I'd say, right here, because this is going to have everything except the Furrion inverter and the carrying case. But it's 120 watts. On any small travel trailer, that's going to be able to run a lot of your stuff for you.
Okay.
For your motorhomes, you're going to want to get the bigger roof-mounted ones, and we'll go into that when we get over and look at the motorhome over here.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, here we are on the travel trailers.
Okay, so here was the Furrion hookup that I spoke of that was optional on those packs. So your Furrion solar charge is tied right into your charging system. So you can see it's just a little two-prong hookup. You plug direct in, so you get that Furrion adapter, plug right into here. And then your solar panel will just sit out, right, in the bag ones. So you would set them out in the sun. Now, bear in mind, if it's not a sunny day, your productivity of that solar panel is going to go way down. You need the sun for this to actually work. So,
okay, so not just light, actual sun.
You need sunny day. I mean,
gotcha.
If it's a little cloud cover, yeah, you're still going to get sun.
Okay.
But you want to set it in the direct sun as best as you can. So it's going to send a trickle charge right through here. It's going to come out right on your main battery cables. Now, we don't have a battery hooked on here right now, but all these come just with a positive and a negative. So you got your negative battery hookup, your positive battery hookup. They'll be hooked to your batteries. Now, this unit has a 12 volt refrigerator in it. So what I would recommend to anybody who's buying one of these that does a lot of boondocking would be to get two 12 volt batteries hooked up. And then if you get the solar panel, you'll have plenty of charging to make you last a couple days longer than you would have if you didn't have the solar panel. So we'll go inside and we'll go over the 12 volt fridge and everything that's in there. But you got your basics. So what I would do, hooking up my batteries, I would take the negative, I would hook that to one of my batteries. I would take the positive and I would hook that to the other battery. Then I would take a jumper cable from the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative. That way I would have them all hooked that way. Then I would hook up my solar panel, put it out in the sun, and that would be the maximum amount of power I'd be able to get based on what I got right here.
Okay, cool.
And so 12-volt refrigerator, this would be one of the units that I highly recommend that for, because this fridge runs off of 12-volt power. If I'm just running a single battery without a solar panel, this is going to run my battery down fairly quickly. If I have two of them, I get a little more amp hour time out of that. But if I get that trickle charge coming in from the solar panel, I can do a fair bit more boondocking than I would have been able to do without the solar panel. So this is really a plus. People that have travel trailers that have these that like to boondock, I would highly recommend you get yourself a solar panel to help keep up your charge. I mean, there are other ways you can keep your battery voltage down. Obviously, don't use a lot of lights when you're not using the unit, things of that nature. But that solar panel, along with an extra battery, is really going to help you if you like to do boondocking. Okay?
Okay.
I don't think there's much else in here that we would add to. Well, here'd be another thing, too. If you have kids that like to run off your battery, you have these 12-volt hookups that run just off your battery. So if they're plugged into their devices all day, which they shouldn't be doing because they're camping, this is going to drain you down, too. So having that solar panel will help you when it comes to this. Because really, the only things in here that aren't running on 12-volt power would be, you're not going to be able to run the fireplace because that's 110, the air conditioner, that's 110, the microwave, that's 110, and anything that you would plug into an outlet. Everything else in here is going to draw on your battery one way or another if you're using it. So these would be the reasons why to get yourself the solar panel.